A very warm good evening to one and all. I welcome all to the track third of OPFiCON 6 International Web Conference. Today, the theme of this web conference track 3 is drug discovery and advanced research. Yesterday, we have discussed about the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the professional job sector. Yesterday we have two renowned speakers with us, Dr. Sanjay Agrawal and Mr. Deepak Parab, CEO and MD Metrohem India Limited. And day before yesterday, we have discussed about the personality development in the pharmaceutical professionals. Today, we have with us in panel Professor Nisheeth Desai, BSR Fellow from the UGC New Delhi. And we have panelists among us Dr. Paresh C. Dave, Founder and Director, IP Moment New Delhi, and Dr. V.K. Gupta, Director cum Principal, James College of Pharmacy. Now I request to Dr. V.K. Gupta for the inaugural remarks. Sir, you are on mute.
A very good evening to all of you. A very warm welcome to Professor Nisheeth Desai ji and Dr. Dave ji, our today's panelists, Vikram Chaudhary ji, and all participants. So already as told by Vikram Chaudhary ji, we had very good 2 sessions, 2 days earlier. Now third day is in a process. So I welcome Professor Nisheeth Desai ji. I welcome all participants. I am very much sure this session is going to be very informative, and all of our participants, as earlier in the comment sections, they were very enthusiastic. So I am very much sure it is going to be very informative and very interesting. So now I welcome all of you, and now I forward to further proceedings. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Let me take opportunity to introduce all about our today's keynote speaker, Dr. Nisheeth Desai. Dr. Desai is currently working as BSR Fellow at University Grant Commission, UGC New Delhi, and Department of Chemistry, MK Bhavnagar University, Bhavnagar. Dr. Desai having more than 37 years of experience in teaching, including administrations and research. And his area of research specialization is basic and applied science research in organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, and green chemistry. Dr. Desai had published more than 134 research papers in his credit. Out of this, 85 in international reputed journals and 46 in journals of national repute. He also published 2 book chapters and 2 tributes to Dr. M.C. Vani. Dr. Desai has guided 44 PhD candidates, and currently 7 students are pursuing doctoral research work for his PhD under the Dr. Desai. The 3 students have successfully completed postdoctoral degree under the guidance of Dr. Nisheeth Desai. Dr. Desai has received very precious awards like postdoctoral Dr. D.S. Kothari UGC Fellowship Award, Career Award for Young Scientists from University Grant Commission, New Delhi, for the period of 3 years from 1995 to 1998, which carried around 2 lakh for further research on HIV and cancer chemotherapy. Also received special grant of 7 lakh by University Grant Commission, New Delhi, under the UGC BSR scheme. He is the recipient of Lifetime Achievement Award from Indian Society of Chemists and Biologists, Lucknow, in the year of 2019 for outstanding contribution to science. Selected as a Bentham Ambassador of India, Bentham Science Publishers, USA, for the year 2018 and 19. I heartily welcome you, sir. On behalf of organizing committee, please welcome, sir. Over to Professor Nisheeth Desai.
At the very outset, I would like to thanks Dr. Vikram Chaudhary, Dr. Vike Gupta, and Paresh Dave for inviting me in this webinar. I have seen that since 21st of July, the webinar is going on for 3 days, and today is I think probably last day. So today my topic is drug discovery and advanced research. In this particular 45 to 50 minutes, I am going to discuss about drug development in India, new chemical entities drug discovery process, repurposing of drugs, drug discovery and artificial intelligence, vaccine development, opportunities and growth in pharma industries, COVID-19 and healthcare research, glory of Indian pharmaceuticals. Now, when we talk about the drug discovery at that time, we should also remember and we should provide our, we should give our tribute to a great scientist, Acharya Prafulchandra Roy. So Acharya P.C. Ray started the, Bengal chemicals in 1901, and he was the person who started to manufacturing to synthesize, hydroxychloroquine. So this is what, it is the contribution of Acharya Prafulchandra Ray in the initial stage of the 1901. Then you can find that lot of pharma companies, they have plunged in this business. So Alembic, Zydus, Cadila, Ranbaxy, Vocard, Lupin, Torrent, Dabur Research Foundation, Sun Pharmaceutical, etc., DRL, and Nicholas Piramal India. Then 28 major Indian pharmaceutical companies and 14 biotech and startups companies are working for the drug discovery program. On my left, you can find that 28 companies are listed. Then this is proprietary drug discovery activity in India, biotech company. As you know that since last 3 decades, the biotechnology is booming in the country and in the entire globe. So 14 biotechnology companies are working for drug discovery program in our country. Then this is drug discovery research in India. You can find that by and large, initially Ciba, Geigy, CDRI, and all other pharmaceutical companies, they are involved in the drug discovery, and especially CDRI is a public funded CSIR institute, and CDRI has developed a lot of drug molecule, but they are not in a position to sell, and that's the reason that local anesthetic, CDRI, the Themis Medicine, Medicare Mumbai is licensing like that, and still a lot of other molecules are in the pipeline. Drug discovery and market in India. So Ciba Geigy research discovered the antidepressant agent, but Novartis Mumbai, they are marketed like that. So this slide will give the clear-cut indication, clear-cut idea about drug discovery and marketed research in India. So now, as you know that this coronavirus has made the tremendous impact on the human life. We have never seen such type of things in our life. You can see that in our country from 24th onward, you can find the lockdown, and the coronavirus infection is reached to a 216 countries. So under these circumstances, we have never seen such type of things. In 1918 we had a Spanish flu, and after that after 102 years, you will find that the first case was reported in November 2019, and within 7 months it will be transmitted in the 216 countries, and developed country or underdeveloped country or third world country, they are sailing in same boats. So what are the challenges and why we want to give the second thought for the drug discovery program. We are also involved in the drug discovery program. A lot of pharma companies are there. But what is the reason why we want to give the more focus on drug discovery program? So reason is that because of the Corona-19 or COVID-19, healthcare system has collapsed globally. No specific medicines or vaccine for the treatment of COVID patients. Difficult to stop the human-to-human transmission. Shortage of medical and paramedical staffs. Shortage of PPE, and shortage of rapid detection kits. So all these are the challenges posed by the COVID-19, and that's the reason that now people are waiting for the vaccination program, and they also the entire world is expecting the vaccine at any moment. So because of this particular challenge, now the pharma industries have given the new thoughts for the drug discovery program. So initially, in this particular presentation, I'm going to discuss about 4 different type of drug discovery program. The first is classical concept and reverse pharmacology, and then repurposing of drug, and then artificial intelligence. So you can see that this slide gives the idea that early discovery and then late discovery. So in early discovery, disease, then target identification, and then assay development, then lead identification, lead optimization, like that, and then we can develop the candidate. So this is early discovery and then late discovery. So this is one particular aspect of new drug discovery program. Then paradigm changes in the pharmaceutical industries, the classical concept, and again the comparison of classical concept and new approaches. So in case of classical concept, you can find that known lead structure for the symptomatic therapy, then optimization of active substance in animal model, then clinical trial, safety and efficacy, and then registration. Where in case of new approach is complete change, it is based on genomics, rational selection of the active substance, that is called molecular genomics, high throughput screen, optimization of active substance with recombinant human gene products, and combinatorial chemistry, clinical trials, safety, efficacy, and registration. So you can find that there is a huge difference between the classical concept and new concept. As development took place, then even in all walk of life, you can find that there is a development, and this is how you can find that there is a tremendous paradigm changes even in the drug discovery program. Then as the technology developed, then there is a change in the drug discovery program. In the initial stage, what we take the traditional drug discovery from the plants in 1900, then enzymes, then receptors, then recombinant drugs, and then genomic and gene therapy, that we've already seen it. So you can find that we have discussed. I have shown the different steps involved in the drug discovery program. So initially we have started with the traditional plant plant isolation, then enzymes, then receptor, recombinant drugs, and then genomic and gene therapy. Now, this slide will give the idea about the reverse pharmacology. Now, in case of this traditional drug discovery program, what you have to find out new lead molecule, then test for animal model, and then when. So in that case, it will take 12 to 15 years. So under these circumstances, it's expensive, time consuming, and numerous bottlenecks. So that's the reason that you can find that now what is the why we want a different type of why want the new strategy for the drug discovery. So then, in case of reverse pharmacology, what we take, active component from the natural resources which we are using in the form of traditional medicine. So in that case, isolate the active component, determine the structure, and then carry out the retrosynthesis. And then that compound is in the lab, and then again test on mouse and then men. So it is considered a man, mouse, and men. Previously, new lead molecules, mouse, and men. So this is the basic difference between the reverse classical method and reverse pharmacology. So under these circumstances, you can find that through reverse pharmacology, we can have a new molecule in 5 to 7 years. So reverse pharmacology helps in reducing the 3 major bottlenecks: cost, time, and toxicity. So you can see that when you compare the classical concepts, expensive, time consuming, numerous bottlenecks. So here it's you can find that the cost is reduced, time is reduced, toxicity. So you can find that within 5 to 7 years, the new molecules will come. So first is classical, then second is, again, reverse pharmacology. But as you know that, Corona-19 has given the, lot of new threats. And right now, for the treatment of, Corona, we don't have any, new molecules. And that is the reason that now scientific community therapeutics are, completely dependent on repurposing of drug. As you know that, the old concept takes the 3 to 7 years for preclinical, then clinical and regulatory efforts. Again, it will take some long time. So in that case, what happened? You will find that then we have to now completely depend, or we have to focus on different type of drug discovery. So this is called repurposing. So that means a drug which is already available in the market for a different disease, and this is how you can find that this repurposing of drug is very, very useful. And at present, you can see that remdesivir, hydroxychloroquine, favipiravir, and all these drugs are, it was not initially discovered for the corona. It was discovered for a different purpose. But you can find that now we have to adopt the strategy of repurposing drug strategy, block viral replication, prevent the cell entry, and then reduce the immune response. So this is how, first we have to find out, we have to frame the strategy in case of block the viral replication, because in viral infection, you can find that the production of virus in a billions of virus they are produced in human body, and it will try to collapse the immune system. So in that case, when you select the drug for the repurposing, then you have to be very much careful. Then what are the challenges? Hyper inflammations versus viral replications, then timing for immunomodulation therapy, then pharmacokinetics for oral medications in crucial ill patients, and impaired the clearance of the drugs. So these are the challenges. Strategy, we have to make the proper strategy so that you will not find any problem. We cannot find. So this is a structure, or this is a template of coronavirus. Why corona is term derived? Because it is just like crown type of structure, and this is how the term is derived. So SCR COVID-1 was identified in 2003, and you can see that automatically this virus is vanished. But this virus is 96% similar to the SARS-CoV-1, but this virus is quite mutable, and that's the reason that it is very difficult to control the infections in the coronavirus. And as you know that this virus has got the long incubation period in the human body, like 12 to 14 days. So in case of flu, or in case of even in case of flu or other viral infection, the window period in the human body is very small. So this is how when you select the when you select the repurposing of drug, then you have to be very much careful of strategy and challenges. So repurposing or repositioning molecule therapeutics promises the fastest therapeutic means to stem the tide of pandemic. So this is a pictorial representation how it will invade the immune system in the body, and how the viral will enter in the cell of human body, and how it will destroy the cell. So this SARS-CoV viral life cycle and point of intervention. So you can find that on my right there is a list of repurposing of chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, lopinavir or ritonavir, and then unifavir. All these drugs are for antiviral, and this is how you can find that how it will bind. When it will bind with the protein will open and envelope will open, and you can find that in all the cases you will find that here in the initial stage hydroxychloroquine will be useful to stop the viral replication in the body. You can find that this arbidol, and here you can find that remdesivir is there. In the last case tocilizumab is there. So in that case in this particular slide I have given the different stage where these drugs will inhibit the growth of viral infections. So this is how you can find it. In my right you can find that list of the drugs are available, and these drugs will use, or it will be useful for the this repurposing of drug. Then this is the antiviral agents, and then multi-target agents, and then immunomodulators. So when at present the pharmacological approach is based on antiviral agents, multi-targeted agents, and immunomodular agents. So all these drugs are very, very important, and probably these particular drugs will come in the form of the remdesivir is also get the FDA approval. Then this favipiravir is also there, ritonavir is also there. All these drugs are used for the treatment of coronavirus, and this is how you can find that at present the repurposing of drug is very, very important for us for the treatment of coronavirus. So this is the third strategy for the treatment of new drug discovery or for the treatment of coronavirus. You can see that at present 19 drugs they are under consideration for the repurposing, and I have already given the list. On my left you can find that there is a list of the drugs, and this particular slide indicate the different stage of a therapeutics of the drugs, and totally 19 drugs are available in the form of repurposing. Then now next is the next generation strategy is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is also very, very important, and as you know that technology development is directly related to human life, and that's the reason that now we have to be very much careful, and we have to also adopt the technology even in the drug discovery program. And this is how you can find the cycle of rational new drug discovery and application of artificial intelligence. This whole slide will give the clear-cut indication, because artificial intelligence is entered in the in the pharma industries since last 10 to 15 years. As the technology develop, and in that case, what happened to see, the same thing will be also applicable, or same thing is also adopted by the pharma industries. So artificial enhance the identification, that is genomic and proteomics. Then AI enhancing the engineering, a drug target, like structure-based drug design, 3D structures of engineering. Then AI enhance the screening. So that part is very, very important. Hits and leads, in silico and in vivo screening, then virtual screening, and then combichem, and then heats, and like that. Then it will enhance the optimization. So all these steps, it is also available there in traditional systems, but this particular aspect is introduced with the help of high technological high technical throughput and high technological advancement. Then drug candidate lead optimization, formulation, drug delivery systems, like that. Then it enhances the CMC, there's clinical trials. Then it enhances the monitoring, the new drug, then launch, the post monitoring, then treatment monitoring, and pharmacovigilance. In our country, we do not have a post monitoring, and that's the reason that with the help of this artificial intelligence, one can focus on this particular aspect within, I think, 3 to 4 or 5 years. As you know that this the coronavirus pandemic is spread in the entire world within 6 to 7 months, but it will take very long time to take for the discovery of new drugs for the treatment of corona. And under these circumstances, I personally feel that artificial intelligence is very, very important. And even for other diseases, with the help of artificial intelligence, you can find that new and new drug will be coming in the near future. This slide will give the idea about the pharmaceutical research and development. You can see that inventions and testing, then the drug research concept, drug discovery, prototype development, preclinical trials, clinical trials, and approval. So on left and right, you can find inventions and testing, which includes the identification of new target molecule from central repository using AI and cognitive technologies. Then in case of testing, it includes the drug devices such as 3D printers on chip, and then experiment using the technology printed modules, respiratory approval, and then post approval monitoring. So this is how you can find that this is very, very important. And you will find that who are involved. You can see that technology player is IBM, Apple, then Alphabet, Insurance, Microsoft, and Microsoft, and all. So they are the giant player in the form of this technology. And now let us hope that within 1 or 2 years, one more name is also included, that is Geo. Then technology enable CRO. You can see that a lot of Science 37, ICON, and like the projected focus player GSK, the Novartis, and US Berkeley. So you can see that all these giants, they are involved in this particular new technology based drug discovery program. That's the future outlook. And then you can see that different steps are also I have written here. In that case, you can find that the organic synthesis design, then computer assisted retrosynthesis. So computer assisted retrosynthesis is highly highly technical, sophisticated methodology for the retrosynthesis. Then scoring of synthetic complexity, predict the drug performance in the testing, then automation molecules, predicting the organic reactions outcome, computer aided synthesis, then personalized medicine. So all it is in the one technological aspect. And whenever you can see that all these giant players will be fully involved, then you can see that this drug discovery will give a new direction for the for the betterment of mankind. Then artificial intelligence, the advanced analytics. As you know that analytical chemistry is also very, very important, and analytics pharmaceutical is also very important. You can find that this pharma industry, they are also using the Rock, Johnson, then Novartis, Pfizer, Merck, Sanofi, then AstraZeneca, GSK, all they are using, and AI driven companies are there in the center. I have written. And then a question is that what will be the steps, or what will be major features of that? Then pharmaceutical R&D, then drug doses and safety, manufacturing and supply chain, then commercialization, and then regulatory approval. So all these aspects, they come under the analytics in the pharmaceuticals, and this is how you can find that this artificial intelligence will be the new generation drug discovery program. And I think probably totally, unless whenever this fully involve this artificial intelligence in the drug discovery or in the pharma industry, then you will find that the future is complete change. And that's the reason that now I personally suggest that even in the pharmacy or M-Pharm, the artificial intelligence subject must be involved, and the research and project also based on the artificial intelligence, so that the younger generation can take practical training on that particular aspect. This is speed up the use of AI and robots. Then robots is also very, very important. And as you know that due to the coronavirus, there is a social distancing. There are SMS social distancing, message, and sanitization. So it is popularly known as SMS. So under these circumstances, robot will play a major role. So a lot of hospitals, they are using the robot to maintain the social distancing, and effectively they can handle the situation in case of healthcare systems. So this is how you can find that robot will play, and then need to enhance the internal efficiency and reduce the R&D cost, enable disease detections and prevention, optimization quality and compliances process, and then increase the patient retention and interaction, broaden the offering portfolio, etc., etc. So with the help of artificial intelligence, we can speed up the use. We can speed up the quality in case of artificial intelligence and robot. Then due to the artificial algorithm, you can find that new molecules are also coming, and especially 6 new molecules are coming for the vaccination program with the help of this artificial intelligence. You can find that Delhi-based aims they are using the robot for humanoid, and with the help of robot they are dealing the corona pandemic. Now, next is, we have already discussed the 3 or 4 aspects of drug discovery. One is classical aspect, then second is reverse pharmacology, third is repurposing of drug, and fourth is, artificial intelligence. So you can see that, over a period of time, and this corona pandemic has posed the threat on the human being, and what we require urgent need of, vaccination program. And as you know that, here on my left, you can find that how vaccination will collapse the entry of virus. In that case, this is a simple basic science of vaccination, virus vaccination. And with the help of vaccination we can generate the antibody, and this is how you can find it on my left. It is already explained. And then more than 90 vaccines are being developed against the SARS-CoV-2 by research team in the company and university across the world. So you can see that now, today I have seen that it is more than 110 companies. Clinical trials start with the small safety studies in animal and people. So now the entire globe, or even the entire people are waiting for the vaccination, because vaccine is the only solution to fight against this pandemic. And this is how you can find that this is the basics of vaccination. In our country, you can find 6 companies. So this is somewhat unique thing in our country, that this time, our country, the Indian pharmaceuticals are also plunged in the business of in the research activity of vaccination. So Zydus Cadila, then Serum Institute, Cadila Pharmacare, and then Minex, they are also developing the this particular vaccine. But out of it, Bharat Biotechnology has already started up the clinical trial, and the first result is expected on this in the month of July. So nearly 70 vaccines candidates are being tested, and at least 3 have moved to the human clinical trial. So Indian pharmaceutical companies are today they are also considered to be a very they also focus on vaccination trial. And Bharat Biotech, we are expecting some major breakthrough. And Oxford and AstraZeneca, they also started, and they got a very good results. And probably yesterday, the editor of Lancet has also, declared that this particular, virus will give a good result. So this is how you can find it. For the first time, we have seen that Indian companies they also plunge in the business of vaccination, and probably we are expecting some major breakthrough from our country. And I hope that let us pray to God for these particular things. Then you can find that this is the COVID-19 vaccine tracker. All these companies are focused on virus, and by and large you can find that this company has already either crossed the phase 1, or you can find it phase 1 and 2 trials, and some of the companies, they are in preclinical trial. So this is how you can find it within 6 to 7 months. This much result is achieved by the pharma industry. This is considered one of the best thing which we have never seen in the history of vaccination. Then especially as that this time, due to the coronavirus, the research institute of our country, they are also fully involved round the clock, 27/4 they are working. CSIR and the various educational institutes have played a pivotal role in developing the ventilators, rapid testing kits, and PPE. In the month of Jan and Feb, we had a lot of problem of PPE kit. We are not in a position to even manufacture the PPE kit, but now in rapid testing kit, now the Pune-based company has already started they are also started to manufacture and providing the rapid testing kit. Then PPE kit is also available at 500 rupees. So this is how for the first time that CSIR and certain educational institutes, CSIR, IGBI developed the low-cost strip test and that can be detected the COVID-19. So this is the CSIR institute. So CSIR is also playing major role for this. Then IIT Guwahati collaborated with the animal healthcare company Hester Bioscience to develop the vaccine. Then working on the project of this JNU is also working. Then CRISPR is also working, and the repurposing of drug. So among the top 25 drugs and on other most promising drugs, favipiravir and all this, they are also the CSIR Institute, the IICT and NCL Pune, they have focused on this particular thing. So this is how COVID has posed the threat, and this threat is converted into an opportunity, and it is considered to be an opportunity for our Indian Pharma Institute. Then for the first time now, the Director General of CSIR has given the mandate to each and every CSIR institute. As you know that there are 42 CSIR institutes in our country, and each and every CSIR institute has got the mandate. Like in in Bhavnagar, we have a Central Salt and Marine Chemical Research Institute. So they have given the mandate of PPE kit and other therapeutic molecules, smart molecule. So similarly, you can see that on my left, the entire chart is there, and this is for the first time we have seen that the CSIR Institute has also taken the challenge for fighting against the coronavirus and to involve for the new healthcare systems. The CSIR has how to combat. So they have given the 5 approach, like surveillance and digital marketing, diagnostic and testing, development and repurposing of drugs, personal protective equipment, then supply chain for the various products. So this is how CSIR, they are round the clock working, and they have constituted a strategic group, and this group is working round the clock, and they have identified the 5 approach, and with the help of this approach, they have also invited some industries, and for the first time CSIR has joined the hand with the industries, and it is in the form of PPE model, public-private institute model. And this is how you can find that CSIR, they are not converting, they are not giving complete technology transfer to the private industries. So CSIR lab will come up with a new strategy to fight against the COVID, new testing kits, testing and training labs, because we are not in a position to provide all kind of infrastructure, and we are facing for the first time, our country or even entire world is facing such type of pandemic for the first time, and therefore we had a lot of problems. So vaccination, hand sanitizer, low cost face shield, then ventilators, then hand-free hand sheet, then preferably prefabricated buildings. So all this is this was decided by the CSIR lab, and CSIR lab is actively working with the other pharma company and other big houses. Now this is Honorable Prime Minister always talking about the building of the New India initiative. So India is a powerhouse of the innovation with an ecosystem of science and technology. So categories for the development, smart ventilators, because still we are finding a lot of problem for ventilators, because 5 to 10% of corona patients, what they require, the ventilator, disinfections development, sanitizer development, then mask and then personal protective equipment, and then software for detecting the infections to CT scan and X-ray. So all now these are the few points where the Indian company have focused then drug development, vaccine development, artificial intelligence drug development, Ayurvedic and homeopathic research. So for the first time for this pandemic, the Ayush Mantralaya has also given a lot of guidelines for Ayurvedic research and homeopathic. So this is how the country is fully aware about how to cope up this particular, or the scientific community and medical and paramedical community, they are involved in the research, or they are involved in this they are involved for combating the COVID-19. Now, in this particular few 4 or 5 slides, we will see the Indian pharma glory, because Indian pharmaceutical industry, they are also recognized by the multinational company, and this is how you can find that here the Indian several biotechnology company are working round the clock to come up with the new testing methods and testing kits. Initially, still testing methodology and testing kit, we have a shortage of testing kits and testing methodology. What we require, the country like India, where it's a hugely thickly populated area, that's the reason that what we require, the testing methodology and new testing kits, that within half an hour, within 1 hour. Of course, we have identified, but still we are not in a position to provide the in a larger quantity. So all this company, they focus on this particular aspect. Then Indian pharmaceutical, this is on my right, you can find that that the Chinese, we depend on Chinese company, and then the ease of doing the business. So in 2014 our rank was 42nd position. Here right now we have a 63 position in 2020. Now you can find that the Indian contribution 20% of global demand, with high growth of 12% of generic medicine. So Indian company are master in making the generic drugs, and this is how we should take the opportunity to making this particular aspect. And 60% of global demand of various vaccines and antiviral drugs are also there. The shining example of AZT. AZT was prepared by the shortest route by Dr. A.V. Ramarao. He was the director of IICT. And they are given the know-how to Cipla, and Cipla is providing the 10 rupees per cost by AZT and other antiviral drugs. Then world third largest term of the volume, and then 13th largest term in the value of when in the terms of value. Now at present India import is 70% of API from China, and that's the reason that now government has made the new strategy. Government has decided to constitute to develop the 3 technology park, where all the facilities will be available. So still we have to focus, we have to depend on China for cardiovascular drugs and diabetic and tuberculosis, antibiotics and all this. So under these circumstances, now government has made the strategy, and they have identified the 40 API and now they are providing the subsidy, and this is how within 5 to 7 years we are in a position to manufacture this particular compound in the country. Then we have, if you want to flourish the pharma industry, then we have a short-term strategy and we have a long-term strategy. So for short-term strategy, this is a single window clearance system for establishing an API manufacturing unit in the India, all license related to the testing, imports and development. Then priority environmental clearance of API with the definite timeline like that, because still we have a red tapeism in the pharma industries from environmental pollution, etc. And then API sector can be global leader if all the stakeholders come together like that, clear vision, focus on themes and improving the ease of doing business, incentives, subsidies, infrastructure development, innovation, technical capability development, and pharmaceutical parks. So this is how you can find that government of India in the last month they have declared the new scheme for the pharma industries, and I feel that all the persons who are involved in the pharma business should take up this particular advantage of the government of India. Then again we have a long-term strategy, increase the collaboration between industry and academia. I will give more emphasis on this because industries people, this is my experience that in my department I have developed the world-class facility, R&D and custom synthesis and contract research. We have contacted so many industries, but still industries, they are not in a position to come from their own dogmas. So in that case, after COVID, you will find that now the manpower will be reduced, and under these circumstances, the industry should come forward and join the hand with academic institutes. But academic institute has got the world-class infrastructure. Even at a remote area like Bhavnagar, Saurashtra University, Bhavnagar University, or any other university in Gujarat. Then subsidize and incentives for technology modernization, adoption, green technology. Now, even the pharma industry should also adopt the technological development, especially in the form of green technology, cleaner technology. And green and cleaner technology will be very much useful for for the technological advancement. Integrated large-scale cluster development and in chemical and pharma. And this is how you can find that government has decided to establish the three technology pharma park. So Indian pharma account is 60% of global vaccine. In the UK, 25% of medicines used are made in India. In Africa, 37% of AIDS medicine used are made in India. Highest number of US FDA approval plants, 665. So this is how we have a long-term strategy and we have a short-term strategy. So if pharma industry, if government is interested to flourish the pharma industry, then all this strategy should be implemented in a proper manner. Now, as you know that our group is also working in the medicinal chemistry division. So our group has synthesized 5,000 diverse. We have prepared the 5,000 molecular diversity. Recently, in last year, we got the 3 Indian patents, and the cumulative impact factor of mine is 195, citation 2454, H index 28, and then I index is 76. So our research group has developed the intellectual capital of research group of Professor Desai. So we have we are working since 37 years in the field of medicinal chemistry, and finally in 2019 the group has filed the patent in 2015. We have not hired any professionals, and our students are working in the IPR division of pharmaceutical industries of the country. And this is how group has developed the large number of molecular diversity. And this molecular diversity is available on my website, nisheethdesai.com. So if somebody is interested, you can go to my website. It is freely available and is on the public domain. So this is the structure of we have taken the patent of ciprofloxacin derivatives, and this is how the group is also working in the field of medicinal chemistry. And I had a experience of 37 years, and I personally feel that at the end of my talk, I personally feel that there should be a strong academic industries collaboration, and industries should come forward, and even the pharmaceutical association or industrial association should come forward, and honestly they should come and discuss the matter with the academic institutes, so that they can use the infrastructure of academic institutes, and in lieu that academic institute can generate the technical manpower, etc., and this is how today's lecture, the take home message is, now the new drug discovery program, repurposing of drug, and artificial intelligence will play a major role in next coming 15 years. And this is how the group has also done excellent work in the field of medicinal chemistry. The entire my lecture is devoted to the corona warriors, because corona warriors, they are fighting for corona and fighting for the society, and this is how for this particular pandemic. And without these two, my PhD student, one is Professor Pandit and Dr. Kashyap Wadekar, I am not in a position to prepare this particular presentation. Both have given excellent input, because they are in the field, they are involved in the drug discovery program, they are involved in the intellectual property right and management. And this is how my take-home message is. Now, we are expecting a major breakthrough for vaccination program or any therapeutic small molecules. So a lot of companies are working on the working for the vaccination, and at any moment we expect, and for how to fight with this corona pandemic. So SMS is very, very important. 3 particular things are very important: social distancing, and mask, and then sanitizer. These are the 3 thumb rule. Otherwise, every day you can find that on one day you can find that this is through airborne. Through airborne you can find that the virus is transmitted like that. So on another day you will find that there will be a controversial. And in this particular pandemic, I would like to, at this particular point, that for the first time I have seen that Nature, the editor of Nature, has made the apologize in public that they have used the word Wuhan, and that was withdrawn by the WHO, and that's the reason that you will find that this Nature has apologized, and then Lancet, they also Lancet has published and retrieved the paper on hydroxychloroquine, and England New Journal, they have also withdrawn the paper. The impact factor of Lancet is 54, and NJE, New Journal of Medicine, that is I think probably 74. So this is for the first time I have seen that Corona is very smart as compared to the human scientific community, and we have never seen such type of thing for Lancet and even the Nature. And I'm worried about that because since last 6 months I have seen that 2,000 papers are published even in the very good highly impact factor journal, and in some cases I have seen that when you submit when the scientific community submit the paper, and within 3-4 days this paper is published. I'm sure I'm quite surprised because the shining example of Lancet and this Nature, and then New England Medical Journal. So under these circumstances, without any proper reviewing, etc., there is a rat race for the publication of scientific journals, and Lancet is the shining example that they retrieved the paper, and that paper was published by world-renowned doctors and scientists. And this is how we have never seen such type of things even in the previous one. So take-home message is safe, be safe, try to maintain yourself in the house, and we are expecting at any moment, and we expect the indigenous vaccination from Bharat Biotechnology. Thank you very much. Now, any question? Vikram, did you listen me? Vikram, can you listen me?
Yeah.
So,
yes, sir.
do you
Thank
have
you
any
so much, sir,
questions?
for your dynamic presentation. Yes, sir. Now we are going for question answer session.
Yeah, fine, no problem.
Yes, sir. First question from Mahesh. What are the limiting factors of drug development through the electro-spinning and scale up of the process?
So I could not understand the drug development through the electro spinning and scale up process. So
Okay.
as you know that now there are different concept, and you can use all these concepts. We don't have any problem. No, I have discussed 4 different aspects. So that is for the drug development. But scaling up, if you have an expertise, you can have a scaling up. You can go for scale up. We don't have any problem. You can take any technology. You can have any kind of the technology. But only thing is it should be viable. No, and when you use all kind of technology, and then if the cost is high, then it is very difficult to compete the market. Next.
So next question from Avinash. Medicare can be explored both from allopathic and Ayurvedic medicinal utilization.
So this time, what happened to see? You can go to the website of Ayush. Even this time, the homeopathy is also plunged in this business. No, so our main intention is how to develop the immunity. So that's only thing. So you can whatever the option with you, you can use either allopathic, or you can use Ayurvedic, or you can also use the homeopathic. There is no harm at all. Next.
So if vaccination is late, we accept Ayurvedic herbal medicines. Is there anything wrong for in respect to COVID-19?
So as you know that the concept of vaccination is different, and concept of medicine is also different. So under these circumstances, if unless and until if we do not have vaccination or any other, medicine, you can use any kind of drugs or Ayurvedic or even phytochemicals, but you should take the care that it will not create any side effect or any other type of the effect, so that one can lose the life. No. Next.
Okay, thank you, sir. Almost questions over from the audience. If any audience having question, they can drop into comment box so we can rise to our speaker.
Fine, no problem. So I'm very much thankful to Vikram Chaudhary, Dr. VK Gupta, and Dr. Paresh Dave for providing me an opportunity to share my experience on a very good topic on drug discovery program and research development. I do not know. I don't know how far I have satisfied to the participants and to the panelists, but I have tried to my level best to justify the subject. I'm not sure whether I justified or not. You are the best judge for these particular things, right?
Yes, sir. You very well conduct the session, and our audience are also satisfied. And now I request to Dr. VK Gupta for the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to all of you. We had third day of International Web Conference OPFiCON 6 with the theme Drug Discovery and Advanced Research. We had excellent session conducted by Professor Nisheeth Desai, working at Mahatma Gandhi campus, Maharaja Krishnakumarsinhji, Bhavnagar University, Bhavnagar. Dr. Desai awared us well various aspects of drug discovery. He explained well challenges in the healthcare system due to COVID-19, antiviral agents, immunomodulators, drugs under consideration for repurposing, artificial intelligence, present scenario of vaccine development, along with the other crucial information. I am very much thankful to Professor Desai for the information and time spared for the webinar. Earlier, we had interacted with Dr. Zareen Tilawar Hussain, CEO, Integro Pharma Limited, Bangladesh, and Professor V. Gopal, Principal Government College of Pharmacy, Pondicherry, in the first day. Dr. Sanjay Agarwal, Founder, Pharma Consultant, and Inventor, Mr. Deepak Parav, CEO and MD, Metro India Private Limited, in the second day. Major areas like personality development for pharmaceutical professionals, impact of COVID-19 pandemic on job sectors in India, drug discovery and advanced research were covered under this webinar. All sessions were very informative. I must appreciate all the eminent speakers for the way they handled the session. I express my special thanks from core of my heart to all luminaries for sparing time out of their busy schedule. I extend my thanks to Mr. Naresh Chauhan, Chairman, Range Group of Institutions. I am very much thankful to all team members, Operant Pharmacy Federation, especially Mr. Vikram Chaudhary, founder and director of OPF, for his committed and sincere efforts, and of course, Miss Meet You, Director Content and Creativity, OPF, for her valuable suggestions. I am also thankful to all participants who evinced their keen interest for actively participation in the webinar. I extend my sincere thanks to all persons, organizations who involved directly or indirectly in making the event successful. Once again, I thank one and all. Now, over to Mr. Vikram
Thank
Chaudhary.
you so much, sir. And thank you so much, Dr. Nisheeth Desai, for sharing your great knowledge on drug discovery, advanced research, and glory of pharmaceutical industry. I am very much sure that audience have received the keen knowledge about the drug discovery, advanced research, AI in drug discovery, vaccination program, Indian pharmaceutical industry glory, and repurposing of drugs. Yesterday, we have discussed about the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the job sector. Yesterday, we have speakers with us, Dr. Sanjay Agrawal, founder and director, Pharma Consultant and Inventors, Ahmedabad, and Mr. Deepak Parab, CEO and MD, Metrohem India Limited, Chennai. And day before yesterday, we have discussed about the personality development in the pharmaceutical profession. We have speakers with us, Dr. V. Gopal, Principal, Government College of Pharmacy, Pondicherry, and Dr. Zarin Delawar Hussain, CEO, Integro Pharma Group Limited. I am very much sure that this webinar platform will provide and key knowledge to you. I am also thankful to Dr. Vivek Gupta, Organizing Secretary and Principal Director cum Principal, James College of Pharmacy, for their excellent support to this web conference. And I am also thankful to Dr. Paresh Dabe for your wonderful support to this event. I am sure that webinar give a knowledge and exchange of professional personality development, impact of COVID-19 pandemic, professional job sector, and drug discovery and advanced research to the pharmaceutical industry beginners, faculty members, researchers, students, and those who are working in this pharmaceutical and biomedical field. It's very much useful to exchange the ideas and recent in advancement in drug discovery and pharmaceutical industries. Thank you each and everyone who give their valuable support to this webinar. Thank you
very
so much, sir.
Once again, I am very much thankful to you and Gupta ji, Vikram Chaudhary and his team, and then Paresh and all. Paresh is my student in MSc, and now he is doing very well work in the intellectual property rights management and awareness program. So even in future, if you want any help, please you let me know so that we'll have a very good collaboration in future. Right? Thank you very much.
Sure,
Thank you.
sure. Definitely will inform you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Shall we leave now?
Sure, sir.
Parent Pharmacy Federation, powered by researchers for emerging innovations. Hi, I'm Nisheeth, Director Content and Creativity of Parent Pharmacy Federation. If you're looking for publishing periodicals or journals related to the pharmaceutical research, or if you're seeking to bring together pharmaceutical researchers on a single platform to discuss various issues related to the pharmaceutical industry, then OPF is the right place for you. Parent Pharmacy Federation, or OPF, is the international professional body of pharmacists engaged in various facets of the profession of pharmacy. OPF is committed to promote the highest professional and ethical standards of society, establish the image of pharmacists as competent healthcare professionals, sensitize the community, government, and others on various professional issues, and support the education in all aspects. We are both research-based and community-based. We are an online-based scientific multidisciplinary community in the pharmaceutical sciences, biomedical, drug discovery, and life sciences fields. We deal with publishing research papers, theses, dissertations, abstracts, reports, monographs, case studies, and others on a regular basis. You can also get information about the various opportunities available within the pharmaceutical industry by gaining insights from the pharmacists who represent a plethora of practice settings. We also provide our members with extensive scholarships and awards program content, recognizing members for involvement in the Federation, for leadership, academic success, and grassroots. Other than that, we advise to make the best use of the education opportunities that are specifically designed to enhance the knowledge by keeping it updated with the latest information and path of innovation. Other objectives with regards to information efficiency, research, and publish includes provision of information related to job openings and fellowships for pharmacy researchers, to spread the familiarity with the pharmacy profession and training and research in the general public by organizing different camps, seminars, conferences, meetings, courses, workshops, and so on, to make the research papers accessible to the individuals over the web, and to distribute the magazines and periodicals identified with community pharmacy, pharmacy education, research, and health sciences. So why should you choose OPF? OPF offers participation in workshops. We are highly indulged in participating in different workshops, seminars, and conferences. Also, we motivate our members too in participating in such programs to enhance the skill sets. We also provide a number of membership benefits. After joining OPF, you can avail a wide range of membership benefits at cost-effective rates. Enroll today and get access to the genuine and quality-based journals. Further, we are also involved in specialized research studies. We at OPF are always ready to embrace and get involved in the logical and specialized research activities, along with investigations and trial on various fields of pharmaceutical and other allied sciences. Then, we also give and offer career options. OPF is always ready to help its members in choosing the best career options in the pharma and biomedical industry. You can get all genuine information related to the job openings and fellowships in the same. Our aim is to get connected with millions of readers, and our conferences bring together internationally renowned speakers and scientists to create exciting and memorable memories, filled with live interactions, world-class exhibitions, and poster presentations.